Okay, so although we're limited with the height here, if you imagine with a room twice this height, you would get the height aspect as well, which is basically surround sound on 2 levels that can freely move between all the speakers in any direction at 25 frames a second, up to 16 different sound streams simultaneously, which is a world first. Based on, originally on a device called Lake Huron, which was designed for acoustic research. What we've done is design an interface which allows us to use it as a musical instrument, or the speciality in a musically way. It just links directly with Logic or one of the industry standard sequencers, and allows people in no time at all really to learn the system and freely move stuff around 3 dimensions, and it creates a sense of hyper-reality, because you're not used to. We all listen to the world in 3D sound all the time, whether we know it or not. We just don't consciously ever think about it. I'd like to ask Scanner to say a few words, actually, if that's all right. You've had some experience well, just to say about the experience of the future of sound too, because Scanner's taking charge in most of them.
I mean, I've been on the sort of the team, so to speak, since quite early, and I'm always interested in ideas of being unable to answer questions like the future of sound. I always find it curious when people suggest. I mean, I was on a panel back in '94, '95, all about the future of sound, and then I had no answers, and I still have no answers. What I'm interested in is propelling ideas and suggestions out there. So many of the projects I make I'm involved in are taking things that are around us and reconfiguring them, trying to make us listen in a different way, but also in the future of sound, what I've been talking about for my 15 minutes is ideas of how do we listen now and how do we listen in the past. I grew up from a time when we listened to vinyl records, and you sit in a room and you put the needle on a record and you have this physical relationship with this object. How we listen today and how the mechanisms of actually making that sound happen today. How last night I was working with an Australian composer, but we never met. I had to send the work online to him. He sent me some work back. I come from a past where you used to put things on cassette and pop them in the mail and hope that they'd arrive in Italy, so the fellow there could send you the stuff back. So I'm interested in those kind of things, and many of the projects I end up conceiving, making, are public art space projects, all kinds of things. At the moment I've been working with a hospital in Newcastle. I've designed a swimming pool with a lighting and sound system to help people with spinal back injuries with sound. There's that kind of thing. Sound design in Coney Island Aquarium, which is another kind of thing. And then doing all kinds of sort of very playful ways of working with sound. I'm not sure whether earlier on we were playing something I've worked with.
That's right.
Before, which is a piece which uses all the recordings of animals. I was invited by the BBC to make a piece for Valentine's Day, And I thought, what's a great way to celebrate, this very romantic 14th February? So they gave me 30 minutes and said I could do what I like. So I basically found in the BBC archives. Wow.
You know the question.